Hey guys, it's College here, back at Great Adventure for Holiday in the Park, and for the first time in like a month, I am without the wheelchair, so that's great. But we'll be seeing a few people in here at the park, so we'll see you guys inside. So today is an interesting day. Park has some weird hours. They're open from 3 to 8, so it's pretty much 3 right now, so we should be getting in pretty soon. But usually they open up a little early, but they did not. I'm also noticing on the TVs here, there's some adverts for Flash and Savannah Sunset, which is really cool to see. We are now inside the park. We found Jack, we found Tom, and we found Ace. And I see a new refresher zone over here next to Cyborg by the catering entrance with 2 vending machines and of course that new sign where Cyborg's lockers used to be. First ride of the night will be Justice League. Much better this time around. And even better this time around. Just got off Justice League, and thankfully that glitch from last week is fixed, and I wound up getting a pretty good score actually, so that was really good. It is really empty here, and the park's been open for around 20 minutes now, and it's dead. Now it's time for Nitro. So we just got off of Nitro 2 times, one on the back row, one in row 8. It was extremely cold, but it was definitely good. I think now we're gonna give Devil a shot. So I just rode Jersey Devil twice in the back row, and that was my first time riding it in like a month, obviously because of the foot. I found it was a little more enjoyable stapled actually, because as you guys know, if you've ridden the Devil or Wonder Woman at Magic Mountain, the seating arrangement is super uncomfortable, the way you have to kind of maneuver your legs. That's why I didn't ride it while I was in the wheelchair, but I figured I'd give it a shot today. Not bad. I'm definitely not gonna ride it too much more because it wasn't necessarily that pleasant, but like I said, first time ever, I actually preferred being stapled. Jack, how was Devil?
Cold.
Yes, it was cold. Not as cold as Nitro, but it was cold.
Yeah.
Tom?
I was going to say not nearly as cold as Nitro, but it's running nice today.
Absolutely. And Ace?
Hauling.
I wouldn't say hauling. It's definitely...
No, hauling from the back.
Hauling from the back?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll let you guys judge from the footage here. I thought it was a little slow, but that's to be expected. It's like 35 degrees out, if that. It's pretty chilly out, but... yeah, I'm glad I was able to ride it. Like I said, been a while, so I almost forgot what it felt like, but it was running great. As we're walking past Barnstormer, we noticed that skyscraper is stuck at the top. It's either because someone decided to take out a loose article or it just went down, but today is not the day I'd want to be up there.
Riders must possess at least one natural.
We have a huge update over here at Dream Street. The entirety of all the concrete has been completely dug up. It looks really different over here. Let's get a zoomed in look. Lots of dirt and rubble. So it looks like the Dream Street brick pathway might even go all the way up to the Golden Kingdom sign. I'm curious how far up they're gonna go with removing this concrete. I highly doubt they're just gonna stop in the middle there, but it looks like they've also gotten rid of a lot of the rocks from those planters as well. So I think we could definitely see this all completely redone and looking very different. That's crazy looking. Like I said, once they finished over at Hurricane Harbor, progress would get going over here at Great Adventure, and it is certainly in full swing. Get your brick orders in while you can, because I'm not sure how long they're gonna take. Oh yeah, look at that. It goes all the way up to here, that tree with the bricks around it right by Bugs Bunny National Park. So I imagine it's gonna go all the way up past the tents and cover the entire tents area. So definitely expect to see a lot of changes over there. Nothing new over at Log Flume, so they're probably gonna hold off on that project for a little while longer. Some stuff being done over at Toro, it looks like. I think they might have been doing some work on the cable lift, because we can see some stuff covering the trough right there. There's some parts laying over here right next to Log Flume as well. Wouldn't be surprised if those are actually going to be used for Log Flume, judging off their placement over here. And over there, I'm not sure if this was done by the park or not, but you can see part of the pavement over there kind of collapsing in, so honestly it kind of looks like a sinkhole, but I'm not sure. Just happened to catch my eye over there. Here's another look over here as we make our way back at Dream Street. Really cannot wait to see how they wind up doing this. You can see they've demoed all the way up to the foundations of the tents, so I imagine they're gonna do the same for these 2 tents over here as well. So I'm curious how much of it will be bricks, if they're gonna change it up a little bit to make it the way it used to be in 1974, where there was more of a path that led to the doors of the tents as opposed to them just being right up against the pathway. So we're gonna have to wait and see what happens there, but this is a really exciting sign.
They stopped doing the hair.
You know this park is dead when there's hardly a line for Skyway during Holiday in the Park. Next ride of the day is Batman. Just got off a back row ride on Batman, which was great. We saw the best Batman operator, James, working. How was Batman?
Not quite as cold as Nitro, but a little warmer than Jersey Devil.
Ace?
Decent.
Decent. Jack?
Good.
I'd say so. I think now we're gonna go over to Dark Knight. Dark Knight was good. I noticed they added some more lights inside the ride, which is kind of odd. They're like these yellow, almost spotlights that make everything much easier to see, which is both good and bad. For one, you can see the theming more, but at the same time, it kind of takes away from the darkness element that's usually present with the ride, but it was good. Here in Metropolis at night, they've actually added some really nice looking lights. Honestly, I don't know if they've been here or if I'm just noticing them now. For one, there's all these stars and red and blue projected onto the Chiller Observatory. And there's some lights over there against Justice League's facade, and they all look really, really nice. What do you know? Look who's stuck again. Looks like the work they were doing earlier on Cyborg didn't wind up getting it open. You can see the whole gondola is kind of tilted in a different position. It's not straight. It's kind of leaning against the lower set of magnets down there. So it's definitely not going to open tonight. Hopefully it'll open at some point over the weekend. An unfortunate sight over here at one of my favorite restaurants in the park, because of the freestyle machines, Yum Yum is closed. So I don't know if this means it's closed for the rest of the year. I would think since they made this custom sign for it, it might be. But today is also a bit of an odd day because the park is open when it usually isn't. So I guess we'll have to stay tuned for the weekend to see if Yum Yum is actually closed for the season, but that means no more freestyles. And here's a look at the Dream Street path from the ground. Very, very different look over here. Like I said, I'm very excited to see how this all pans out. I'm very excited to see how they wind up laying it out as well. But yeah, you can see it's all the way back. We're gonna go for a ride on a ride we usually don't ride, teacups or gingerbread twists. So we just got off gingerbread twist and we made it our mission to spin as much as possible. I think we are all super dizzy right now.
Pretty dizzy.
Yeah, that was something.
Really dizzying. I regret drinking a Coke before we did that.
Yeah, and they had Trans-Siberian Orchestra playing too, so that kind of motivated us to keep going even faster. And now I feel pretty tipsy after that. So they've added some decorations over here by the park boundary behind the teacups. We have these trees with multicolored lights that actually look really, really good. I'd like to see lighting like this implemented across more areas of the park because it looks really nice. We have the fake Sky Rush logo that usually is on the boardwalk over here. And we have an absolute ton of trees lining here. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I'm pretty sure this is from that Douglas Jolly Joyride path that was in front of Joker. And now it's been kind of moved over here since they reconfigured the entrance to that over there. So this looks really nice. Just did 4 rides on Joker, mainly because there was no line. We figured we'd get the most value out of our locker. It was pretty good. I had a couple really, really high intensity rides and a couple rides that weren't too intense, but overall it was pretty good. Tom?
Our last ride, we were upside down for half of the top portion of the ride. That was really intense.
Jack?
Yeah, it was crazy, especially after riding the teacups really fast right before. It's really a lot of spinning.
Yeah, it was an interesting combo, that's for sure. And Ace, how was Joker?
Joker was great. The last one with the 3 flips.
Something they changed over here, so they flipped the soda dispenser out, so now they have this new sign on here, and the soda dispenser is on the other side now. So that's going to conclude our night here at Six Flags Great Adventures Holiday in the Park. It was a great night. We got on some good rides, so able to walk around for once. It was a good night. Tom, how was Holiday in the Park?
It was really good today. Low crowds, great rides.
Ace?
Good and cold.
Jack?
It was pretty good. Cold.
Definitely cold, but yeah, great time. Holiday in the Park is running until January 1st, open every day except Christmas. So if you haven't checked it out yet, I highly recommend doing so. That being said though, guys, that's going to conclude today's video. If you guys enjoyed, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye, guys.